All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to dig into a really cool connection that's hiding in a word you use all the time, a word that links something as simple as food with something as complex as art.
So, what do a hot pizza and a famous painting have in common? I know, it sounds like a riddle, right? But the answer tells us something pretty smart about how the English language works, and it's all about how we describe the things we enjoy.
Okay, here's our roadmap. We're going to start in the kitchen, then we'll look at the language itself, and we'll end up in an art gallery. Let's dive in.
First things first, let's start in a place we all know pretty well, the kitchen. We're going to look at the very specific, very physical words we use when we're actually making food.
You know, just imagine you're making a big, hearty soup. The first step? You've got to chop up those vegetables into smaller pieces.
But then maybe you need a little garnish for a drink. You wouldn't chop a lemon for that, right? No, you'd slice it, very thinly. It's a totally different action.
And of course, while that sauce is simmering away, you have to stir it. You got to keep everything moving so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan and burn.
Our language for cooking is just so precise, isn't it? We don't just make food, we beat eggs, we grate cheese, we melt butter, and we peel bananas. Every single word gives you a perfect mental picture.
Oh, and here's a quick but really important tip to remember. A cook is the person making the delicious food. A cooker is the appliance, the stove. You definitely don't want to get those two mixed up.
Okay, now let's get to the word that ties this all together. We're going to look at the word taste and see how it builds this incredible bridge from the physical world of food to the more abstract world of art and style.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at how this one word, taste, is doing double duty. On the one hand, it's a physical action. You taste the sauce on your tongue. But then it completely transforms into this idea of personal preference. Someone has good taste. It's the same exact word, but it's connecting a sensation to a sophisticated judgment.
So, because of this dual meaning, we get this whole little family of related words. But, and this is the important part, you can't just swap them around. Using the right one, tasty, tasteful, or tasteless, is everything.
Okay, first up, tasty. This one is super simple. It lives in the kitchen. If food is delicious, it's tasty. A tasty burger, a tasty salad. Easy, right? Now, tasteful is different. This word is all about style. It describes something that's well-chosen, attractive, that shows good judgment, like a tasteful room or a tasteful outfit. You never say a pizza is tasteful.
And then we have tasteless. Now, this one can mean food without flavor, but let's be honest. We usually use it to talk about something that's just off. Poorly chosen, maybe even a bit offensive. A tasteless joke, for example.
All right, so we've crossed that bridge from the kitchen to the world of style. Now let's really put it into practice and see how this whole idea of taste applies to art.
When we talk about art, we usually start with these big categories, right? So what's your taste? Are you into portraits? Or do you prefer beautiful sweeping landscapes? Or maybe you have a taste for something more modern and abstract.
And of course, your taste isn't just about what the art is of, it's also about how it's made. Maybe you prefer the rich, deep colors of an oil painting, or maybe you appreciate the delicate, hands-on craft of pottery or jewelry.
So we've gathered all this great vocabulary. The real question is, how do we actually put it all together to talk about our own artistic style, confidently and clearly?
Well, here's how it might sound. See how this works? It's not just about what you don't like abstract art. It's about explaining what you do prefer, using a word like conventional to really describe your style. It's so much more specific.
And you can take it even further with words like these. Is a piece of art realistic? Is it impressive because of its sheer size or skill? Or is it creative and totally original? See? These words help you explain the why behind your taste.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that one simple word, taste, does so much heavy lifting. It connects that physical feeling of flavor with our really complex ideas about beauty and style. It lets us share our inner world with other people. And that leaves us with one final thing to think about. What does your taste in art really say about you?